Welcome back, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today, I'm reviewing Abbott Elementary Season 2, Episode 13. It's entitled Fundraiser, coming to you from ABC, streaming on Hulu. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? Before we start the review, get down there, hit the like on this video. The new episode of Abbott continues the excellence of the season. This time, the Abbott kids, they're trying to get them to go to a local science museum. No money and discretionary funds for the field trip, so they've got to do a fundraiser. And if you've ever had to do one of those, you know how much it sucks as a student. Well, imagine how much it must suck as a teacher trying to get the kids to sell and having to do all that stuff. And Barbara, who's she's spearheading the whole fundraising effort, teaches the kid how to sell, and let's just say doesn't go very well. And so she has to begrudgingly work with Principal Ava. And it turns out that her sales technique is actually really on point, and much to her chagrin. And it leads to kind of a conflict later on in the episode when she, Barbara's very, I guess, forthright or whatever, and she considers it kind of like lying, scamming, whatever have you, the way that she teaches the kids. So that's the A plot. B plot, we have, I have Janine and gets asked on a date by Gregory's friend Maurice, and Gregory's not super happy about it, and it kind of shows a little passive-aggressive jealousy, and that leads to some revelations from Jacob, who kind of sees what's going on and figures out what it all means. And then finally, for a short and funny C plot, a little cat gets a stray cat's found at the school, and Mr. Johnson takes it in, but Jacob also wants to kind of help take care of the cat, and they kind of turn into cat dads. And it's just a fun little, I guess, a fun little custody battle ensues. So that's, it's for, hey, it's got 3 plots this week. And let me just say, they're all great. Like every episode's really funny, but man, I was laughing quite a bit at this episode. Anytime they feature Ava, you're going to get like classic lines. You're going to get quotable lines. You're going to get meme-worthy lines. And man, let me just say, Ava was like on fire this episode. She made a joke about missing Chris and Liam, because missing 2 Hemsworth for a kid that's had really short pants on, and I'm just dying. Like she just had so many good lines. I like the fact that once again this is kind of reminiscent of the previous season where Barbara was very judgy about Melissa and like the way she goes about trying to like make it happen, make things work in their kind of underprivileged school. And something similar happens here. And it shows, Ava, she's a great salesperson. She hustle hard and she has a real heart for all the students, in particular the one student she was kind of talking about because of his short pants. That she sees a lot of him and herself in him, and was really trying to help him out, help him to get kind of the hustle mentality too, so that he's not just without. And Barbara being kind of high and mighty and very moral, as she said, not having having the money or the ability to afford to have like these high principles, and it kind of leads to a confrontation in front of church people that she knows and everything like that, and where she kind of makes a scene. But later on, she kind of thinks about it and realizes like, hey, I kind of was in the wrong, and she apologizes to a student. And by the way, I want to also point out that this episode really allowed kind of the student actors to shine. And this show is already pretty high caliber in terms of comedy when it's just the adults kind of cutting up. But when they give the students the opportunity to get in there and get in on the action, to really deliver some good lines, some really nice, like, side eyes or good little takes. They're so great. There's a part where a girl just like kind of cons Jacob like as practice when they're talking. Ava's talking about play on the white guilt, and she does such a great job of just like saying she's underprivileged and doing all this. It's so funny, and there's plenty of that for the kids in there. These kids that they have on the show are top notch, and they really bump the game up when it comes to like selling jokes and everything. Love that. So that the A plot absolutely perfect. And especially when there was a little kind of reconciliation between Ava and Barbara. So love that. But then the B plot of Gregory kind of basically hating. I don't want to say hating, but really kind of trying to cock block for his boy Maurice because he's trying to date Janine. And they set up a really nice joke for the very end of the show about her ordering ribs on a first date and how aggressive she is with it. But there's this whole thing where I think Janine sort of is, kind of, maybe thinking that that Gregory is trying to, show that he likes her, but she's playing it real cool. But like Jacob figures it out, and there's a fun little bit where he's like trying to get it out of him, and he tries to walk up. He's like, "Oh, stop her! Tell me or I'll scream." And it's just such a funny little moment. It's so good. It's a hilarious moment, and seeing him kind of figure that out, while at the and Mr. Johnson sort of overhears too. It's so good, and I loved that's advancing this will they or won't they plot line. And obviously they will, but still advancing it in a way that's funny and makes sense and doesn't seem like they're forcing like the drama of it. And then finally, like the C plot, which is it was just a fun little diversion where the cat and Mr. Johnson and Jacob go from they just get the cat to like their adoptive parents, and they're talking about having visitation and who gets to keep the cat and all this other stuff. It's just fun little stuff. I love when they have Mr. Johnson in. He is hilarious. He always adds real fun, salty flavor, if you will, to all of the comedy that's going on there. And to see him just kind of cry about finding out that the cat was really belonged to one of the students. It's very, very fun. So just overall, another just great episode. This show just doesn't miss. I've yet to see a bad episode of Abbott Elementary. I love it. Just reinforced me. I love all the characters. They all get a chance to shine. They get a chance to be funny. We're learning more about them every week, and they have this ongoing plot line about will they or won't they? We can't wait to see when Janine and Gregory finally get out of their own stupid places and hook up. So just overall loving the show. Love this episode. Anyway, what did you guys think about this episode? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And get down there, hit the like and subscribe and the notification. All that good stuff helps with the algorithm so more people see these videos. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. I will be reviewing the 14th episode of Abbott Elementary Season 2. Until then, I've been Mo De Poupe, resident fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.